last Monday of November. I can't believe where this year is gone. It's so crazy. But I wanted to make tonight's call kind of like a little bit of a gut check or reality check, or, it's the end of the year, and I think, you're so close to Success Club. That's why I was like, we got to make it happen. And it's just so feasible. I mean, you're one person away. It's like, obviously, you'll make it happen. But I think the end of the year is a good time to realize, like, this is the time to push, because everything we do now is how January will explode. Where, like, a lot of people sit back and they think, oh, well, it's just hard. People are saying no, so I'm just going to, like, ease off. And I like to kind of put it as, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how hard you push your business, as opposed to, like, a million other things going on in life. And, like, most people will say at a 5, halfway, but, like, we always want to be kind of at a 6, so you're a little bit ahead. But, like, right now you want to kind of push it to an 8 if you can, because everything you do now will set you up to kind of catapult into Q1 and finish the year strong. And I've said it, like, every single year in December is honestly my highest month, because I think people start feeling bad. They start saying, oh my gosh, I'm putting all this weight on. And, maybe they have Christmas money or things like that. So I just kind of wanted to share that I have been, when I've been talking to people, like, just little things, I wouldn't suggest doing it for a lot of people, but, like, I offered somebody who I've been working with for, like, months, trying to get them to do a challenge pack. I was like, hey, I'll kick back my $40 commission if you'll sign up today. Like, because I want to help you that bad. And most likely they usually never take it. So it's just kind of something I wanted to put out there for a little idea if you are talking to anybody else. But everything's on sale till the end of the year. So 21 Day Fix, Country Heat, Core de Force, all those good ones are 140. And then January, they will not be. So if somebody's given you the price objection, say, hey, like, now's the time to go for it. So how's Core de Force going for you, Jackie?
Good.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoy it.
It's awesome, right?
Yeah. The traveling thing has been a little rough. But I mean, other than that, it has been good. I feel like I need to, like, start over again though, because I really wanted to, like, fully commit the whole 30 days, and it just, like, I just felt like this whole renovation thing, I know, but and, like, the traveling has, like, put me off schedule, and it sucks, and I don't like it. I really enjoyed having that routine, and it sucked, like, that I couldn't keep that going.
Go speak to that, because every single person's feeling that way. Literally, I texted all my challengers right before this, and they were like, I just feel like I have to start over. I was like, why start over? Finish this round, and then go into December and start another round full out. So that would be my suggestion to you. And, like, speak to those hiccups, because everybody's having those hiccups. Everybody's feeling crappy. And think of where you were last year this time of year,
Yeah.
So think of those little things, because that's what other people are thinking about.
I will say, I have to say, it was kind of nice going home, and all my family members are like, oh, I see you on the internet and you look so great, and blah, blah. I'm like, yes.
I told you they're always watching.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works, but it's awesome. That means you're doing something right.
Except for of course, my grandfather is like, you need to put more meat on you. I was like, no, that's kind of the opposite I'm trying to do.
Right. That's awesome.
Uh,
Well, keep with it, because I always check myself, and I'm like, when's the last time I completed a program start to finish? And I kind of check myself with that pretty often. So it's awesome that you're taking on a new program and running with it. So I would just keep going, finish it out, and see how it goes. And then just share that journey, because you're rocking it. And figure out iMovie.
yeah, seriously.
I'm sure if you ask in the team page, there'll be some other suggestions of video apps, but I just like iMovie because it's already on there. So it's just a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I am going to share my screen. I was hoping, I know if you were going to hop on late, but I'm going to go into my little tough love I always want to say Positive Polly. I need a name for it. Tough Love Tammy. That's my mom's name. But I wanted to this is kind of an inspired call from a coach that from Bonnie Engle. I don't know if you know her, but she's in the top 10 right now. And I was just watching this call this past week, and it struck home with me because I watched it this time last year. And I think, obviously our team's quiet right now. There's you and I on here. Everybody has a million things going on, but like, I just want to congratulate you for being here because you're taking time out of your day to commit to the team, to commit to your growth. And that just speaks volumes about, where you want to go with your business, and you're committed to it. So there's a reason that you're here, and I'm proud of you for getting on and hopping on. So I wanted to kind of speak to this like self-evaluation, this tough love mentality, because that's just kind of how I lead. I think over the past 2 years, I've learned a lot, and I want to kind of bring that to the forefront because it's easy to step back, right? It's easy to forget about the basics. It's easy to make this business really complicated. And so the thing that I've kind of seen in my progression is the only thing that stops people in this business is your excuses, which of course this time of year there's a lot of them, and the fear of failure or rejection. So, reaching out to somebody and hearing no, or reaching out to somebody and them saying like, you're crazy, I don't know what videos you're posting. I mean, I've heard it all, but the thing that I like to put out there is it matters that you are feeling that failure and you are feeling those excuses, and then you're understanding how to overcome them. Hey, Shannon.
Hey, sorry.
No, you're perfect timing, right? Time for self-evaluation. I'm sure that's great for you. So I was saying the only thing that stops people in this business is excuses and fear of failure or rejection. And so this is going to be a kind of little self-evaluation. You guys can either type your answers in the chat box if you want, or you can write them down, whatever works for you. But this is really a time for you to kind of check yourself. So are you making this business way more complicated than it needs to be? Right? I think a lot of us do that pretty often. We're like, oh my God, there's all these training videos, there's all these posts, there's all these recognition, there's all these groups. Where do I go? Right? But the only thing that you need to focus on this business is your own fitness and health. And if you guys haven't listened to the National Wake Up Call today, Becky Brissett talked about that this business is rooted in health and fitness. And if you are ignoring your health and fitness, you are ignoring the foundation of this business, because it's built on self-growth and personal development and plugging into a program. Jackie and I were just talking about Core de Force and how she was wanting to start over. And I'm like, no, just finish it out. Even if it's not your best shot, go back and start from day 1 to day 30 in December. It's totally okay. I think you should finish that journey. But this business is not complicated. This business is drinking your shake and sharing why it's important. Your business is doing your workout every day and sharing why it's important. Doing it when it's really hard and you're not on a routine, like I know the three of us have not been the past week, but doing it anyways. I know all of you guys did because I saw you show up in the group. Like, you just need to share those reasons and that kind of mind game we all go through. So, and then it's personal development, which I know I've been guilty. I'm sure you guys can say too. The last week, I haven't really been doing it because it just wasn't the forefront of my, priorities, which is me saying no to my business. So we're all alike because we're all on the same team. So I'm going to guess you guys probably are too. But that's something you need to plug back into now and overdo it, overcompensate it. I was talking, Shannon, about the idea of, in your business, there's a scale from 1 to 10 on the effort that you put in. And, people right now are about 50%, right? You never want to be below a 6. You always want to be a little bit ahead of what everybody else is doing. But right now, everything you do right now leads to how you start 2017. And we're going to get into that. So right now, we need to be at an 8 or 80%, going a little bit more than you're used to, like sending a little bit more messages than you're used to, putting a little bit more out of your story than you're used to, because all of those things that are uncomfortable or hard to fit in or feeling like it's a stretch, those matter now because that's how you propel into 2017. So your business is not complicated, right? We talked about it. Workout, shake, personal development and talking to people. That's all it is. Everything else is extra, but those are the bare minimum 60% you got to get in every single day. And so the second thing is, are you really making sacrifices? I share this with our team a lot. I do not have cable at my house, which is really surprising because I'm a huge sports lover. But I turned it off this year because I was just like, I don't watch it. It's the one thing that used to be my huge guilty pleasure and take all of my time away, but it's not building my future by watching somebody else's life. Do I still like to dabble in, Real Housewives? Heck yeah, I do, because it's a guilty pleasure. But it's not building my future. It's not paying my bills. It's not allowing me to inspire and empower other women. So we're going to talk about a little bit more about those sacrifices, but ask yourself, are you really making sacrifices? Number 3, do you give yourself an excuse to not start? Right? You know that thing where it's like, oh, well, I know I got to do my workout, but it's 7 p.m. and nobody will ever know. Like, I'll just post like a picture in my group and not really do it. Or like personal development. Like, what's the BS story you're telling yourself that you don't need to do personal development today? I'm sure you guys have had a day where it's like, I just don't have time. I don't feel like it. It's just not coming to me. This book is not speaking to me. That's BS. You need it. You need it for your mindset to help other people. Number 4, are you taking initiative and doing things without prompts? So something that I used to do in my coach's team page is when I found a video and I learned something from it, I would share it in the team page. Or when I didn't know something and I went and FAQ'd it, I would go and share that answer in the team page. Or if I saw another coach that was killing it or had awesome results, I would go share that in the team page. And we are severely missing that in our team page right now. And I'm asking you to, as leaders, if you see something or you learn something or you see somebody stepping outside their comfort zone, go share that in the team page because it matters. We are a community, not just in our challenge groups, but in our team, our business team, Glow Diggers. We need to support and lean on one another because this is a tough time of the year. This is where people pull back. And little things like sharing somebody's transformation, like I saw Loretta's transformation last week when everybody else was chowing down on turkey, she was showing up. And so I was going to go share that because I knew it would help her feel good. I know she struggles with, thinking she's not good enough. And who doesn't want to be loved on, right? So you guys don't have to wait for me to do recognition. It's a team page for a reason. So don't be afraid to just share something. Maybe it's just a quote you see and it just touches you, or you have a fun story or something silly, anything, put it in there because we're a team and everything that attracts you guys attracts us. And then lastly, are you doing the work that is equal to the success you want? And this is something that I check myself on every day, especially last week. I am guilty. I did not do my power hour like I usually do. I brought my computer home and it literally crashed. It was like black screen and really, really, I was so pissed. And then I tried to borrow my sister's computer and then she was like, why are you doing this? And it was just a big, big blow. It was not good. So, we're shooting for a premier team right now. That takes effort every single day. And I can't ask you guys to do a power hour if I'm not doing a power hour. I can't ask you to push for Success Club on the 28th of the month if I'm not doing it too. So think about what are your goals right now? And are you doing the work every single day to equal that success that you want to achieve? So those are kind of some little gut checks. All right. So this is kind of how we're going to break it down. We talked about these questions. Maybe you're feeling like, oh shit, like I'm not really feeling this, or I didn't really do my best the last week. But there really is no lack of resources, especially in coaching, right? There's YouTube, there's Google, there's everything on the planet you can go check into on social media, all those things. There's no lack of resources to figure things out in this business, only a lack of resourcefulness, which is kind of like, oh, gosh, Danielle, you're getting me tonight. But everybody believes that they can accomplish more if they only had X, Y, and Z, right? I'm sure you guys have said that before. I've said it. You guys said it before. If I only had more money, I would buy this. If I only had more energy or time, I would send more messages. Whatever it is you tell yourself, we've all been there. But you have to recognize that your greatest resource is you. It's not me. It's not somebody else on the team. And you have to own your business, right? You have to treat it like something that's special, that you want to learn and grow from every single day, and that you want to grow. And that takes figuring things out on your own and then coming back to the team and sharing it like we just talked about. So, if you can't find a question and you text message me, like most of you guys don't, because you know that I'm going to say, hey, can you go FAQ it and share it in the team page? Because if I think about it, there's 45 people on our team. If I answered every single one of your questions that you sent me all the time, would I have any time to work on my business? No. And all of you guys, if you put the effort in, are going to have a team that big at some time too. So you have to think about that, setting those standards for yourself now. Go figuring something out and then bringing it back to the team. And then, figuring out what you're good at. Shannon's really good at getting on and speaking. And so that's why I asked her to do the team call last week, because she's just really good at sharing her thoughts and getting them out there. Jackie's really good at owning, like, hey, I'm doing this or I'm not doing this. And so I can trust her to show up in our challenge group and post and check in and be there. Same thing with York. Like, I know he's going to show up and share his journey and be on this team calls when nobody else is. So figure out what you're really good at and then go duplicate that. And so that's why I tell Shannon a lot, go live. That's your night. That's your calling. That's something that I can feel her energy on. Go do more of that. If it's doing your workout every day, you better damn be posting that workout every day with some bomb positive quotes on it, because that's what inspires you and keeps you fueled up. You have to also have a positive attitude, right? If I came in here and said, oh, I can't find any coaches, nobody's saying yes to me, nobody wants to do a business opportunity, our team's not growing, this is so frustrating, how would that help any of us, right? It wouldn't. What you think in your mind, whether positive, negative, good, bad, or ugly, is what you are projecting. And so that's why I say you got to check yourself with that personal development, because I know when I'm unplugged and I'm not connected with my challengers, I'm not as good of a coach. And so that's why I kind of created that system for you guys to start checking in with your challengers, because getting those forms back and hearing what they're experiencing every week, guys, that fills me up like no other. I mean, to hear that somebody's down 4 pounds, like during Thanksgiving week, that's huge, So you need to take those things and build on them. But right, you don't know about that unless you ask. So when's the last time you checked in with your challenger in a personal text message? All of them. I do it every single Monday. So that's just something to kind of check yourself. Maybe that doesn't work for you. Maybe you do one each day or something like that. But you got to be engaged somehow, because they can't do it on their own. Have you asked them, how many times do you want me to check in with you? Some of my challengers say every single day. And that's like, oh gosh, that's a lot. But if I know that, I can manage my time and fit it in. But it starts with having a positive attitude. And then really starting with what you have to get the job done. When I started this, I didn't have any training. I didn't have any diamonds. I didn't have a team page. I didn't have hours on end to go about this. I was still studying for my AREs at the time. Like, I think it's so easy to look to other coaches that you guys phrase as successful and think, oh my gosh, I wish I had what they had. But I started in your spot, guys. Like, I thought I couldn't do this. I thought I couldn't pay off my Shakeology. I sure as heck wanted nothing to do with the coaching. So just start small. Maybe for you, it's like, hey, I'm going to hit Success Club this month, no matter what, no ifs, ands, or but. I'm not going to pay for my Shakeology ever again. Like, how cool would that be to say for all of 2017, I never paid a dime for something that I love. And I got to help 3 people every single month make a change. Maybe it's, I'm going to pay for my student loans every single month in 2017 with Beachbody. Like, just start small and it will grow. But you can't just say, oh my God, I want to leave my job and make $2,000 a month and not break it down to what you're going to do every day to get there. So start with what you have, build it brick by brick, and it will come. So I told you guys it's going to be a little bit of a tough love call. So, I know all of you guys are on here because you want some form of success, whatever that looks like for you. And I think it's really important to know that we all have different ideas of success. What I want may not be anything of what you want, but I also know that in some aspect you're on Team Glow Diggers because you're financially driven. Some aspect of you is driven by finances because we're alike, like attracts like. So do you want success? Everybody on here wants success in some shape or form, right? So we got to do what the successful people do. Your Bible, Google, and YouTube. Wow, mind blown. Do you know how many things I have learned from watching YouTube videos from other coaches? So much of my business has been studying other coaches that I gravitate towards or that I connect with, and then emulating what they do. Not copying. I've done that and it does not work because it does not come from my heart. So I'll be honest and say that. But learning from them and taking bits and pieces that I am attracted to and kind of rolling it into how our team runs and how we run challenge groups and how we run trainings and that kind of thing. So have you guys ever said, well, I just don't have a large warm market to start with? Do you know Melanie Mitro started with 100 Facebook friends and she's the top coach in Beachbody now? Like, there's no excuse. Anybody can go on Facebook and log in right now and add 10 people to their friend requests. Anybody. So markets does not matter. And I tell you guys this all the time. Right now, currently, I think every single person I've signed up, maybe with the exception of 1 or 2 this month, I have never met before. And that's the power of me being really open and honest and them following me for a while and me reaching out personally. So don't let that stigma of like, well, I don't know them. What are they going to think? If you start questioning yourself like that, they are not going to receive you well. But if you say, hey, like, I just really loved what you posted the other day. Could you tell me a little bit more about it? Or, just genuinely asking and being a friend. Have the mindset that hard work matters, because even if you didn't have a solid team right now, would you do what you're doing right now anyways to get to success? Like if you didn't have me as a coach, if I quit tomorrow, would you still show up and do the hard work to find your success? Or are you relying on me to show up every single week? So you got to think about that, right? Like, what if I didn't post recognition every week? Would people still hit Success Club on our team? Sometimes I'm like, I don't know, because we breed on recognition. I love recognition, so that's why I do it a lot. But you have to find that deep inner connection of like, why are you here? Why are you going to grind it out for the next year or two? Why are you going to show up every day, even when it's super hard, especially when it's super hard? Big rewards take big sacrifice. And I kind of touched on this. I gave up TV. Maybe it's time with your husband or your spouse. Maybe it's nights out with friends. Obviously, I spelled that wrong. Maybe it's sleep, which I've definitely done. Maybe it's your lunch breaks. Maybe it's extra fun. But know that if you consistently do this over time, it's temporary and it does pay off. I'm going to tell you guys a secret. The first year in coaching, which I only coached for 4 months and really only a month out of that year, I'd say, I made about $1,500. Okay. The second year, last year, I made $11,000. So that's less than $1,000 a month. This year, I'm on track to make almost $30,000. Next year, if my business grows the same way, it will far surpass my architecture income. Is 2 to 3 years of hard work worth it? You tell me. I think it is. Is giving up TV and working my business 2 to 3 hours a night worth doubling my income in the next year or two? I think so. It's worth every damn trip I've taken this year, I'll tell you that. So think about those things. I know there's some people on our team and they're going to watch the recording and they're going to know exactly who they are that say yes to a lot of extra things. When really we need to think about, what do I really want in life? Is that extra night out with my friend going to propel my business forward? I've had to say no sometimes because I like the bigger trips. And so I save up for the bigger trips and do the bigger weekends. Or, I don't go out on the weekends like my friends do. And I think some of them think I'm crazy, but going out and drinking every single Saturday night, number one, is money out of my pocket. And number two is time that I can devote to building trainings for you guys and creating new ideas and growing our team the way that I want to, because I want to grow this fast. Maybe that's not the way you want to, but it still takes sacrifice in some shape or form, right? You're taking an hour out of your day somewhere, or half an hour, that you would be doing things otherwise, but it's only temporary. So the last thing here, what do successful people do? Hit Success Club every damn month, no matter what, non-negotiable, without being told, without being rewarded from their upline, just because you know it will grow your business. Every year at Summit, they share a graphic of people who hit Success Club percentage and people who don't hit Success Club. Every year, the people who hit Success Club every month of that year earn at least 30% or more than people who are not consistently hitting Success Club. But it's a decision up here. I know this because I've been the person that waffled with it. And I know that York and Jackie are at 4. Bring it home, guys. Like, it's one person. You can do it. You just have to decide, hey, I'm going to do a little extra work the next 3 days. Hey, I'm going to reach out to my friend who said no to me last month. And we're going to say, hey, let's do this. I want to help you. I have a group coming up. If you want to plug them into my group, totally cool. Whatever it takes, get them on the phone and connect with them. Ask them, hey, I know you've been wanting to do this for a while. Like I mentioned to Jackie, one or two people who I've been working on for many, many months, I said, hey, I know you want to start this and money is an issue. I'm going to throw you back my $40 commission because I so wholeheartedly believe now's the time you need to start. And I don't care about the income. I want to help you. Don't do this on every challenger, go with your heart. But half the time they don't even take it. And it's just the gesture that they know you're sincere and they're real. And it's helped me hit my goals this month. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. Make it happen, guys. You can do it. So how does that happen, right? How does Success Club happen? Well, complexity is the enemy of success in coaching. We kind of hit on this a little bit. Everything you do, the only thing you measure your business by is Success Club. That's all you have to do. There's no other metric. There's no other crazy secret sauce. There's no other $1 million investment. Think about if I were to start a Subway tomorrow. I think I heard recently Dunkin' Donuts was like a $200,000 buy-in up front just to open a Dunkin' Donuts. Like, that's insane. You guys know you are sitting on a business that could potentially build you over $1 million profit for an investment of less than $100 a month. Think about it that way. What if you treated your business like you did invest $200,000 yesterday? How much harder would you work? And I know we have full-time jobs, but this is something that can transform your life. And it starts small with hitting Success Club every month. 3 people every month. You hit it, and then you recruit coaches, and then you help them hit it, and then you do it again. That's all this business is. Simple. It makes it so, so simple. And, I think we build Success Club up to this like, oh my God, it's so hard to hit 5 or 10. Don't cap yourself at 10. Do you know what my Success Club goal every single month is? 20. You know why? Because I don't want to hit 5 or 10. If I think to myself, ooh, I'm going to hit 10, I'm going to like barely hit it or just miss it. Because we put a cap, we put a ceiling on what we think we can do. But what if you said, you know what, Success Club 30 is my goal from now on. And I'm going to break it down and see, okay, 10% of the people I need to talk to are going to say yes on average, right? So 30 Success Club points is 15 people. So that means I need to talk to at least 150 people throughout the month. That's only 5 people a day. It's not that hard, guys. So I think that we all put a ceiling on what we can achieve when really a lot of you look at your friends list. All of you have at least over 1,000 friends. Okay, you're 10 times farther along than Melanie Mitro was. If she can build a #1 team in Beachbody, there is no reason any of you cannot be in that top 10. The only person that holds you back is yourself. So it starts with hitting Success Club, getting into challenge groups and getting in touch with what your challengers need. And we gave you the system. I didn't make you create it. I already took time out of my business to go create it for you. Awesome. I'm going to take this and run with it. I'm not going to duplicate it. I'm not going to spend time on it. I'm going to implement it. I'm going to take action on it. I'm going to, in week 2, ask my challengers who are showing up, hey guys, you are rocking it. Would you mind hopping on a coaching opportunity call and learning a little bit more about what I do? I think you'd be an awesome addition to my team. That's all it is on recruiting coaches. Really scary, I know. And then you're going to get them in the team page. You're going to get them plugged in on team calls and the quick little boot camp. And we're going to help them hit it. And then we're going to do it all over again. It's not complicated, guys. It's all just the metric of your business is Success Club every single month. And once you start hitting it, it's like, okay, that's easy. I'm going to shoot for 10 now. And I think Shannon's been good at doing that. She hit it and she's stuck with it. And that's her non-negotiable. That's her level of success. And she goes after it because you can't put a ceiling on what you're able to achieve. I mean, think about how many lives, think how good it would feel if you could help 10 people every month. That'd be awesome. 10 people. That'd be crazy. Not crazy, crazy cool. All right, so how do we do this? Glow Digger's formula for success. At the beginning of the month, so we're pushing towards the end of the month, you all are hitting Success Club. Our team is hitting crazy goals going into December. If you don't know, the secret's out. Hello, guys. We are 9 days from being ranked one of the top teams in the company. That's pretty cool, and you guys are all part of it. I wanted to just throw that out there, and I'm going to go over how at the end. But here's your formula for success. Number 1, hit Success Club this month, okay? We already know that. Number 2, at the beginning of the month, you're going to make 3 lists to work from, and you're going to message them all. You're going to make a list of people in your current groups, which you guys all have. You all have current challengers, whether they're inactive or active. You're going to make a list of them, okay? The second list you're going to make is new prospects to invite. And I share this with you guys every single month. I make a list, and it looks really long, but it's just because I've been doing a little bit longer. I make a list of coaches and challengers I want to sign up each month. And obviously this grows month to month because, you know, not everybody says yes. So you make a people of new prospects you want to invite, and they stay on that list until they move to the next list, okay? And then the third list is people who said no last month. That is such a crucial list. It takes about 7 times for somebody to interact with something before they say yes. So that's going to be 7 times on your posts, 7 times in your personal messages, 7 times in a comment or like. That's why it's so important to show up every single day, because you know all of your friends are not seeing your post. So you want to have those 3 lists, and that's how you're going to start December, okay? Number 2, you're going to hit Success Club before the 15th. And I apologize, the font's kind of hard to see. I couldn't get a color that was good enough. That's the designer in me. But you're going to make this a serious personal goal. And the bigger the goal, the faster you will go in this business. So I know that there's people on this call that want to leave their job next year. Success Club 5 is not going to help you leave your goal. And that's just me being honest. You got to think bigger if you want big results. You got to go bigger if you want big results. Don't limit yourself. If you're sitting on the couch for an hour watching TV, you know, check yourself. Have a trigger word. I thought this was cool. I heard this today. Have a trigger word and maybe share it with your spouse that if you are doing something that's distracting you from your business, you know, maybe it's elephant. I don't know, something silly. And tell them to say it to you or say it in your head. Elephant. Okay, I got to get back on track, Danielle. You know, I go on Pinterest, I scroll, I waste time. I go on Facebook, I scroll, I waste time. We all have that thing. Have that trigger word in your head that says, no, I'm not going to accept anything less than this. I hit Success Club usually before the 10th of every single month because I don't like suffering at the end. I've done it many months. I don't want to do it again. And I know that feeling is not worth it to me. And I have big goals. So that means I'm going to go bigger. You know, if you're looking at running 2 accounts, which I know a lot of you guys are on here, always Success Club in your account, unless there's a rank and something special, but working your account and then working their account and using that to your advantage. I saw one of the girls I know shared her income progression of her and her spouse's account. So she waited a month to sign up her spouse when she signed up. And you guys know when I sign people up, it's in your downline. And so you get volume from it and things like that. So the longer you wait to sign up a spouse or a family member that you want to run their business, the more you hurt yourself. Because she made like $500 on the spouse account the first year. She was hitting Success Club 10 in her account, so adding a lot of people every single month, but then kind of hitting Success Club not until the second year in her spouse account as well. Last year, it's kind of similar to my account. She made about $8,000 in her spouse account. Next year, her spouse account alone will be on trend to hitting $30,000. So when I say you need the spouse account, like, do it. And then don't worry about building it until you're consistently hitting Success Club in your own account. But it's good to have it in that downline. And this is something that you need to help your coaches in the future do. Because they're going to say, oh, it's an extra expense. It's okay. You can put that spouse account on hold. You don't have to buy Shakeology in it every single month. But you can buy the performance line. You know, it's all product of the product. It's showing that you're trying new things. They work. So don't be afraid to use that second account to your advantage. And then lastly, you're posting at least 1 to 2 times per day about what you want to attract. So you want to grow a team in the next year? Look at your page. In the past 10 posts, have you talked about coaching in any aspect? You know? And it doesn't have to be, hey, join my sneak peek. Hey, look at my awesome t-shirt. No, it's little things. And you can't really see these posts, but these are from this week, like the past couple of days. One of them was another trip home in the books because I can't complain. Going back to Atlanta being sunny, super grateful coach life allowed me to pick up the tab this time. Peace out, Philly. See you in 2 weeks. Little subliminal things. And they're going to be like, what? Like, I want to know more about this, you know? And then I made Monday today was 3 things to be excited about. It's Cyber Monday. My 25 days of fitness accountability group's kicking off. 2 spots left. 4 weeks until Christmas. Hokies won the ACC, blah, blah, blah. So little hints, guys. But I will tell you, if you have not been putting forms in your posts sprinkled in, and what I mean by that is like applications like a Woofu or a Google form for your next accountability group, I have gotten so much response on those lately. I would highly, highly, highly suggest just going on and making a Google form or making a Woofu form. And you can go onto mine and just steal the same content. It's totally cool. You don't have to come up with your own thing. You just need to come up with your own link, obviously. But that's your formula for success. Have your 3 lists and talk to them every day. It doesn't matter who they are. Take the emotion out of it and just start the conversation. All of the people I usually sign up are the people I least expect. Shannon's perfect example of that. I thought, this girl's never going to talk to me. She's going to give me excuses to the moon and back. Guys, she's a diamond on our team in 3 months. Think about if I were not to reach out to her and not have given her that opportunity. Don't leave somebody else's future in your mouth. I love that quote. All right. So a couple more things. Number 4, hit Success Club by the 15th. You got that yet? Just do it. Number 5 is to teach your team that Success Club is the key to the business. And the way that I do that, every time the Success Club board is up, I put my name on it and it's always at the top. And I tell you this because I let your guys' energy scare me into hitting Success Club before you do, because I don't want to be the one at the bottom of the pack. I want to be building my business, helping more people, and setting the example for you. So I can't tell you to hit Success Club 10 if I'm not hitting it before the end of the month, right? And so I put my name on there to show you guys, I dare you. I dare you to beat me. And sometimes Shannon's tested me the past couple of months, but running 2 accounts is hard. But I do it because you have to lead by example. So you have to hit Success Club if you want your team to do it too. And that starts with number 6, doing the 3 vitals. Working out, drinking your shake, personal development, and inviting. You guys know that. You've heard me say that 5 million times. Don't make it excuses for yourself. Just do it all over again every single month. Guys, successful people are not people who never fail, because I have sure made plenty of failures in this business. I mean, so many, like made a fool out of myself, been told that like every time I go home, I either get really nice compliments like, oh, I wish I could do what you do, or maybe in a few months or whatever. And then like I get the most ridiculous comments from other people who are just ignorant, but it still hurts. It's like that one comment you're like, ugh, why do you say that? But then I'm just like, okay, dig into my PD. I know what I'm doing is paying my bills, so I don't really care what some stupid person does. But I fail. Successful people are not the smartest, not the prettiest, no matter how many bombshells you see on the top of the Beachbody board. You don't have to be blonde to be successful in this business. They're not the best. They are simply the ones that never, ever, ever give up. And I'm going to have Noelle come on our team call next week and kind of do a Q&A with her, because she's seen our team progression and my progression. I mean, you guys weren't here last year, so you don't know what our team looked like last year. They're not here anymore. You know, that says something. And that should show you that, yeah, this year I had to rebuild our team because it wasn't a strong foundation. And you might have to go through that. But it doesn't mean you stop. You find the people that want this just as bad as you. You find the people that thrive off this just as bad as you. All right, last one. Your 2017 starts today. Okay, your goal for December should be the biggest of any month this year. And you know, I know all three of you are going to hit Success Club. You're going to lock it in. So I want you to shoot for 10. And maybe for Shannon, it's going to be 20, or 10 in one account, 10 in the other, whatever it is. Don't limit yourself. Dream big and then break it down and say, okay, what does this look like for my everyday conversations? How can I fit this into a busy time of year as well? And that just takes being laser focused and having somebody to check on you and say, hey, Jackie, I saw you didn't invite anybody today. You know, who are you talking to? Maybe asking Nate to like ask you about your power hour and say, who are you going to connect with today? Let them be involved like that. That's huge, because then they're going to respect that what you're actually doing sitting on Facebook, it actually matters and you're actually building a business. Number 2 is get 100 no's. So that goes back to those 3 lists we talked about. The 3 lists of people in your current groups, new prospects, and people who has said no last month. You guys can make a list of 100 people and then just gradually go through and make a connection with them and then invite them. Everybody wants to feel like a part of something, especially during the holidays. So don't underestimate that, and don't be afraid to invite them. You never know who's watching you. And those videos you guys put up, that's proof that like 100 people saw your video today. So 100 people are waiting for you. They're too scared to reach out to you because they're too uncomfortable with themselves. I mean, think about how you guys were before I messaged you. Would you have reached out to me about it? Most likely, probably not. So be that bigger person and step up to the plate and just connect. And then number 3, add the most coaches. And I think this is something that our team is going to make a shift in over the next couple months. We haven't been growing as much, and that's something that I want to change. And so I'm going to be rolling out a system for December that's going to be simple. We're going to run the sneak peek, the 2-day sneak peek every other week. So it'll be twice during December. And then we're going to do 1 coaching opportunity call, because I think a lot of you have joined from being on this coaching opportunity calls. I know Jackie has. And I think that connection is really important. So I'm working on that, and I know that that's something that we're lacking. But if you guys have ideas, or you feel like I'm really struggling with this, you know, what are you guys doing to see success with it? Post it in the team. Reach out to other people in the team, and let's get the conversation going. It's something that there's ebbs and flows, and there's seasons of this business, and it will come. But it starts with getting your challengers bomb results, knowing exactly what they're going through, you setting the pace, and then inviting them along the way. And the last quote I wanted to leave you with is, nobody ever remembers how you ran the race. So it doesn't matter what happened, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, whatever, yesterday, last week. They only remember how you finish. I want to finish this year with all of you feeling incredible going into next year, feeling confident, feeling motivated, feeling determined that 2017 can be your year. I don't know if you guys realize this, but there's 5 to 6 people on our team right now, not even including, new coaches that are going to be brought in over the next year, that could go premier like our team is this year, that could go elite next year. Everything that starts with, even if you don't really know what it means, starts with what you do today. And it starts with hitting Success Club. That's all you got to know. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing and kind of open it up to see what other questions or comments or what kind of spoke to you, since I know we haven't chatted in a while.
I appreciate the simplicity of it. I've noticed that seems to be a key thing that all of the like girls that you invite to talk about on our coaching page, they all mention that. And so that's been reassuring that it doesn't have to be that complicated. Just, speak about it and people will follow.
You guys all did. She got Shannon.
I think the excuses always resonates with me because that's such an easy trap to fall into. Oh, well, yeah, but there's always something different. It's just so easy to, oh, well, my candle blew out, so now I don't have any light. I don't know. I just think it's so easy sometimes when you're in that mindset of any excuse is okay versus there's never an excuse. I think that's a big shift that is helpful that I struggle with.
I need to post the squirrels video from Allie Upham. It's like a 3-minute video, and she talks about how all the distractions in our life, because there's so many these days. It's like little squirrels running, and you're like, oh.
Shiny object.
Yeah, no, seriously. But it really is just putting your phone on airplane mode and having a list to go to. I mean, that's what's kept me in it, guys, is having a list and never stopping. And continuously building that list and continuously growing it. And nobody ever gets lost in the shuffle. And they keep getting invited every month, even if they keep saying no. Because they will say yes at some point. They'll see some transformation I post, which is proof of the product, one of the vitals. Or they'll see some story I share live and they're going to say, oh my gosh, that totally spoke to me. That's how people come to me. Still work for it and I still message a lot. But it's you can't lose them. You have to find a way to track, which is another way a spouse can help. I'm actually hiring my sister tomorrow to help me start tracking my business because it's just even watching 2 accounts of other diamonds is stressing me out. I'm when do the Shakeology orders go in? Got to check them all out. But do you guys know when your Challenger Shakeology ships? You should. If you go to your My Business, My Downline sponsorship drill down, and you can click on each of their names and it'll tell you the date they signed up and it'll tell you when their last order was. And so call them out and say, hey, I saw you skipped a month of Shakeology. What's going on? Let's get a check-in moving. Let's get a new program moving. You're a coach first and foremost. And I think that we often forget that. And so everything that you guys need, inspiration, motivation, accountability, they signed up for you because they want you as their coach. And we're going to get more and more back to that because I'm going through some leadership training right now and trying to bring more of that to you guys. But don't underestimate that. If you haven't dug into the Challenger check-ins that I launched last or before Thanksgiving, I can tag you guys in it if you want me to again. Get into that this week and start having your challengers filled out and ask them, to recommit to themselves maybe, or to commit to a 25 days of fitness, and let's get you on a program. And, if nothing else over the next 25 days, commit to a workout. They need you because what they were doing before wasn't working. Go ahead, Jackie.
I had a question about you. If you guys have ever dealt with this before, especially being a new coach. So I've had a couple of family members that were interested in Shakeology, but they're like, oh, just buy it for me. And, seeing as how you get your discount and then just ship it to me. And I'm like, oh, well, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of what I'm trying to work for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if how you guys have, if you've come up with that or how you've dealt with that.
So I can speak to my mom. She'll do Shakeology, not like religiously, but she will drink it. I mean, it's kept her from being diabetic. So she knows whenever I ask her, I'm like, have you been drinking it? Because you know you need it. But she signed up for a while. She never really did the workouts or anything. She'll be like, add me to your group, and she won't do anything. But she stayed on Shakeology just to kind of support me the first 6 months. And so I didn't pay for it. Like, she paid for it and bought it for me and got my business up and running. That's how I hit Emerald so fast. And she obviously has like 3 bags of Shakeology of cafe latte, which she hates now. But she did. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as, you know, you have some form of, I mean, it's different with your close family members. Of course, they're not going to be like a regular challenger. I think for me, being a little bit more hands off has been better, and she'll come to me when she wants to do stuff, but she knows she has access to Beachbody on demand. She can use that whenever she wants. And I might suggest signing them up with the club challenge pack, Jackie, where they get 90 days.
It was more they were only interested in the Shakeology, but they didn't want to like be a customer or anything. They just wanted me to buy it and then just ship it to them.
No, I would just say I'm more than happy to sign you up, but I have to make you an account. I mean, you can do it for them. You just sign out of your account, make them a customer account, ask for their email and credit card info, and put it in. But Shannon, you want to speak to that?
I've definitely transitioned like Devin to my card. She did Shakeology for the first 2 months and then she was kind of like, well, I lost a lot of baby weight that I wanted to, and she wasn't quite as motivated to stick with it. She still does the workouts and she will like participate in the group, but I buy Performance line under her. The Energize and Hydrate to like keep her account active, but I don't like purchase things for her. Like, she will sometimes be like, all right, well, I want a bag, and she knows she can get into it. She's interested in doing quarter force after like 22-minute hardcore. So kind of the same thing. Like, I let her participate when she wants, but if she's not going to buy it, then I will use like something that I will actually use versus just buying it for her. I think it can be like a tough conversation, but I think when you kind of just lay it out as like, I'm here to help you however you want, but ultimately like, it's also, this is a business and these are the goals that are like important to me, you know, just as much as like, I wouldn't come to your work and be like, you know, give me a free car or something. And I think if it comes from like a place of just like, you know, I would love your support, and I'm definitely happy to like, you know, maybe I'll like, sometimes I will buy sample bags instead of like the packets instead of a full bag. And sometimes they're like, well, why don't I, you know, do you want to try it for a few days? And maybe just like if that makes it less awkward of like, here's a little freebie. But yeah, I think that's probably a conversation that gets easier the more you have it. And I don't think it'll be the first time you have it either. I've definitely like had people that are not my family reach out to me and be like, oh, you need volunteers for your accountability group. And I was like, well, volunteers isn't the right word, but
that's a good check for you, Shannon, to be really clear on your post, you know?
Totally. Yeah.
Not that you ever asked for volunteers, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. I think that, you know, you realize those like weaknesses in the way you're communicating from some of that feedback, I think, to be, you know, a little clearer, but I hope that helps.
Yeah. Thank you.
So ask her to support you this month. Say, I'm trying to hit a big goal. Amy did that to hit Diamond. She asked her sister, hey, I'm trying to hit a big goal. Would you mind supporting me this month and giving it a try and giving me some feedback on it?
I think that her sister gave her a lot of resistance early on too.
Yeah. Her sister actually came to me and asked me. I was like, you can go to your sister. We're good family friends. So anything else, guys? It's been about an hour. Time flies. York's quiet tonight.
I got 2 dangling. Can you hear me now?
Well, you can probably hear it through mine, right? Can you hear him?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got I had two guys that keep texting me saying they're getting ready to get ready to sign up, and then they keep fucking around. So I'm trying to get them both signed up before. Well, I will get at least one of them signed up before the 30th.
Well, tell them. Say, hey, the deadline's tomorrow. You want to get on the phone and walk through it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking to them. They just they're just procrastinating. They're like they always are.
It's not just you. Everybody is. I'm trying to hit Success Club with my mom's account, and people are like, yes, 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 please, yes. I've been watching you for a year, and then nothing. I'm like, focus on other people, York. That's where I always see success. Just keep talking to other people, and then, give them a deadline and say, hey, tomorrow's the deadline. Even if it's not the 30th, say it's tomorrow at, 6 p.m. Are you ready to do this, or you want to wait till next month? Then you know the answer at least.
Sure.
All right, guys. Well, go crush it. Let's end the year and the month strong. You guys know we're ranked. I wanted to get on. I was hoping more people would get on. I'm going to do it next week and not tell you what I was going to do. It's going to be a fun thing. But I'm just so proud of you guys. We're ranked number 247th in the network, if you didn't know that, which is a huge accomplishment. I mean, that's out of 430,000 people. And it's not a me, it's a we. Because you guys have hit Success Club throughout this year. You guys have bought Shakeology throughout this year. Your challengers have bought Shakeology. Every single one of those pieces in the chess match contribute to that. So I just want to thank you for giving up your time tonight. It matters. We're going to grow this thing. We're going to crush it through the end of the year, and 9 more days, guys. Keep the power going, and we're going to lock it in. I know it. See you guys.